Dragonblight to learn more about the dragon aspects and their story so that we can better understand the story of the current expansion, which is Dragonflight at the time of recording. My pets are being noisy today, guys. I don't know if you can hear it, but my dog is eating loudly. Right, this seems to be the place that we're supposed to be headed. If you'll remember, when we tried to find the cultist before, I mentioned that he looked to be underground because of where the quest marker was showing. So if I'm correct, he should be down below here. It's about 130 yards, give or take, from here. Just up ahead now, guy. Right. These are all undead, by the way. I think I mentioned that before. That these are all scourge infested bug people. That's a high cultist if I ever did see one. Well, let's take care of his underling first. Sorry, my throat's a little rough today. I'm sorry if it decreases the quality of my voice in any capacity. I was thinking about maybe making a cup of tea for next time. I have a whole cupboard full to the brim with tea. What kind of tea do you guys like to drink? Personally, I think my favorite is I really like peppermint tea, but my favorites kind of change every now and then. I really like the special holiday teas. Like, I really like vanilla gray. I've also had recently cinnamon chai. Never tried it, and you like black teas, I highly recommend. My goodness, will anything let us mount up today? Now that we've slain the High Cultist, let's go bring word back to Star's Rest Camp. The High Cultist destroyed. The rest of his forces can be mobbed up. And the land. Mobbed up and the land. And its creatures will recover. Thank you, Aaron. May the goddess illuminate your path. Ah, there we go. The warden's task completed, guys. I think that once we do the obsidian shrine, the Dragonflight's part of the achievement will probably be wrapped up as well. So let's go do that. Last time we did take a quest from a black dragon. Somebody who was there to represent the black dragons, I should say. There's also a quest down there that we'll have to take. Under what part of? I don't know. Definitely go end up taking the quest down there. I mentioned before that quests that appear on your map usually open up the world map are usually part of the main story. So if you're looking to do an achievement for that, then you should do it. Oh, guys, I'm recording very early today. If you'll notice, my saber mount is silver. I said before when I first equipped it that this mount has a special sort of code, I guess, in it that makes it so that in the daytime the mount is actually gold, but at night it is silver, like the moon. I think it's very pretty. I don't often get to see it this color because I'm not actually playing on this character, which is the character I use the mount on during the night time. Anyways, this is the Black Dragon Shrine, guys. It's very intimidating compared to the other shrines that we've previously looked at. Quite the vibe. I don't think this is necessarily very good for ASMR. But hey. What are you gonna do? Got quests to do, right? These cultists all have face paint. I wonder if we can use that face paint if we make a human. I don't think I've ever seen a human player with that face paint. That'd be cool if they added it. This must be the Black Dragon guy that we're supposed to talk to. Sereniar. As I mentioned before, probably not his full name, because dragons have naming conventions at the end of their name. They're in their visage, they'll sometimes cut the end off. Anyway, I am trying to decide at which I'm surprised that you actually came to the aid of a black dragon, or that you're still in peace after speaking to Nallus. Her words drip venom, but I suppose Warcraft can keep even our kind in check sometime. Perhaps it's just the armies, the Red Dragonflight, that are massed around her. I've played my part, destroying entire civilizations, to have to lower myself to dealing with the wretched cult of the Dam disgusts me. They're drawing power from the bones of my dead brothers. I have no love for the cult, but I am baffled by their audacity. There will no mercy shown to them, not that I would ever have anyways. Sure that they have no place to flee when the slaughter starts. Place destructive wood at the end of the path leading out of the shrine, where the road starts to give way to snow. Defend it until it is fully charged. I'll spare no one outside. Low lay necrolytes, and their skeletal servants shame my land with their presence. Slaughter them all. Alright, guys. Slaughtering is what we do best as a warrior. Let us help. If you guys know about World of Warcraft, Warcraft, or the dragon flights. I'd like to know, which flight is your favorite? Or which flight would you be in if you were a dragon? Personally, I like the blues because, well, that's my favorite color. I know it's a lame answer. I really like the blue dragon flight because of the color, but look at them, Higma. I actually haven't seen any, like, I don't think I've actually seen, like, this kind of animation in World of Warcraft before. Never noticed it. It's kind of cool. It does look like magma flowing down in a way. Like when it's cooling, it's kind of gelatinous. That's actually really cool. Anyways, sorry. I was saying, I like the blues, but I also like them because, they have, I guess, kind of sad lore. And I'm a sucker for sad lore. With their flight basically almost being extinct and all that. I also really like the black dragons because they're currently in the process of kind of being redeemed in Dragonflight, and I really like that. I like that they've fallen so far, but the ones that are still around are trying to pick up the pieces and not live in the shadow of Deathwing. I think it's kind of inspiring in a way. I like them all, honestly, for their own reasons. Like, I really like the green dragons because I'm a big fan of nature in real life. I loved camping as a child, and the green dragons are the protectors of the Emerald Dream, which is like a druid thing. It's what Malfurion went to learn to be a druid. And dragon bones must be quite strong, guys, because the lava's not melting them. Anyways, no, I really like the red dragons too. I like that they are, I guess, like, they're the life binders. They like all life. They protect all the life. And the bronze I love because, well, who doesn't love Chromie? I'd say, I guess, that my least favorite, though, would maybe be the red dragons because, Alexstrasza has done some bad things, I guess. If you were watching the past episodes, then you'll have watched maybe the Badlands quest that we did, and you'll understand why I say that. But then again, Alexstrasza is also, in my opinion, a very strong person. If you guys have never read the novels, then, no spoilers here, but in the novel War Crimes, actually a little bit of background, I guess, I've mentioned it before, but to refresh you, Alexstrasza was imprisoned by Dragomont orcs and forced to lay eggs. They took her eggs and they would crush them in her face and smear the yolks on her. It's terrible, as she's a mother, and she could do nothing to help her young. Then the babies that grew up were forced to be Dragomont orc mounts and fight in war against the Alliance. It's terrible and awful and dark. Now, in the novel of War Crimes, I believe Alexstrasza is put on the stand and asked about this very thing, and she forgives Garrosh, who is being tried for all the crimes of the Horde or whatever. Don't exactly quote me on that, my memory is a little rusty, but I believe she forgives him because all life is precious, and it takes some real strength to forgive that kind of thing, I think. But, yeah, so it's very hard to choose a flight that I don't like, but also the aspect isn't just the only part of a flight, I suppose, so I can't exactly just judge everything that a flight does based on their aspect, or else, you know, the Black Dragons would all be evil, because Deathwing was evil. But now I guess the Black Dragons don't have an aspect anymore. Alright. Did they beg for their miserable lives? Weaklings. I also just like how, like, I don't know, the Black Dragon personalities, because all the dragons kind of have a certain personality to them. The Black Dragons. Hang on. Now let's take this as a healing one again. Perfect. The Black Dragons are very, like, cocky and self-assured. I think that their personality is just very, like, fun. Kind of funny to speak with in the game. They're not as kind as a lot of the other characters in the game are. Why should they be? They're freaking dragons. They seem the most dragon-like to me, I guess, when you think of a dragon. If I was a giant fire-breathing lizard, I certainly wouldn't bend the knee to, like, a lesser race, quote-unquote. I don't think any of the dragon flights necessarily do, but the Black Dragons don't even pretend. I mentioned last time that there are quests that were taken out of the game, or that were only in the game for a short time because you kinda had to be there to participate, and one of them was the Ruins of Ankh-Garage and the Scepter of the Shifting Sands. I really liked Rival Plates Award. I really liked the that quest way back in Classic. I never actually participated in it, but I watched videos on it and I know a lot about its lore and everything. I really like the quest, guys. And I wish that I could still do it, even though I wouldn't expect to be getting the reward of the title. It would just be fun to do the quest. I believe back in the day, you know, you couldn't just walk up to the dragons and be like, hey, my friends, because they hadn't interacted with the mortal races in so very long. And because of this, they were actually hostile when you first approached them, the Bronze Dragon flight down in Daenerys. So you actually had to earn reputation with them first, in order for them to have an audience with you, I guess. And that's kind of interesting to me, because that, to me, is a lot more how a dragon really should be, I guess. No, why would they listen or take heed of the words of a mortal or help us unless it helped them, kind of thing? But over the years, the dragons and the flights have learned to coexist with the mortal races of Azeroth and become closer with them. And so now it makes more sense why we're all buddy-buddy, obviously. I mean, there are even some dragons in lore that have been in relationships with people. Kelegos and Jaina dated for a while. It's more in the novels than it is in the game. I believe right now they are not together. But, yeah, they met, I believe, when trying to search for a powerful artifact called the Eye nexus, I think, or something, which was used by Malygos to try to suck up a bunch of arcane that was then stolen when Calicos tried to hide it, and it was actually turned into the mana bomb that destroyed Theramore. Fortunately, Jaina and Calicos both barely survived. Anyway, excellent. When they begin to flee in fear, the war shall be there to wish them on farewell. Alright, so we've placed our ward, and it's gonna blow up, I guess, guys. The cult of the damned has come just to extract power from the dead dragon. I suspect I know what they're up to, but I need you to prove me correct. I will grant you, guys of this dead necrolite, proceed to the back of the cave and confirm their intentions for being in this sacred place. I will watch through your eye. Be cautious, Aaron. Any damage done to you is likely to break the fragile illusion. So, I wonder, is this something that all dragons can do? Turn us to look like other people? Perfect, as long as you don't go hacking and slashing your way. They'll never know the difference. I wonder if all dragons can change the way that we look, or if that's just something he can do. Also, I mean, I was mentioning about the face paint and stuff. Another thing about these necromancers and the cultists are they all appear to be blind or something. Their eyes are grayed out. I wonder why that is, guys. You could speculate, perhaps it's part of a ritual. Or maybe they all just like to wear funny contact lenses. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's likely just a design choice, but it's fun to speculate. Right. I don't ever really play you, and so the rig is already throwing me off. I don't know if you've ever played the game, but all the races have different rigs. And I play... Oh. God, this guy called has tested this place. Oh, wait. Oh, that's our dragon friend talking to us. Disgusting, not disguise. My mistake, guys. I rhymed, yay. It appears they are using those to deposit some of the power they've drained. So yeah, the rigs in the game are all different. I play some races more than others. Like I play a lot of Void Elf. The Void Elves, I'm a sucker for the dark lore kind of things. But I don't play humans, so whenever I have a rig, it throws me off. I had hoped my suspicions were incorrect. Oh, there's a magma one, guys. I'd hope my suspicions were incorrect. They are resurrecting magma worms. Come back to me immediately. It's time to purge this place of the cult. This world decaying. The decaying. You are a black worm no longer. Go and serve the scourge. Well, not good. Not good at all. Let's go back to our black dragon friend. Friend may be a strong word. I don't think he'd call us that. Even though I do have titles for Black Dragon Rep. I've played my part in destroying. Alright, we read this. Alright, wait. It's this thing that we can say to him. The cultist seems to have slammed into my blade and died. so if we attack somebody, I can be like, oh yeah, one of the cultists seems to have slammed into my blade and died. Can I have a new disguise? I promise that I will be more careful this time. He's not gonna bitch about it. Ah, he doesn't change what we look like. Oh wait, no, we look the same. Okay, good. Anyways, we are the Black Dragonflight. We have rained destruction on the lands of Azeroth for thousands of years, and this decrepit cultist, or the decrepit cult of the damned, worships death, and we shall be glad to oblige. Right? The cave beyond this swarm, beyond a swarming called acolytes. They are only one way. There is only one to deal with such creatures. Know what to do. I sensed a large accumulation of magic in the ruin that we witnessed. Scouting the cave, I will not have you do extracting the magic. Often, the most straightforward solution is the most effective one. Destroy the ruins, stamp them out, and ensure the cult will not have access to whatever power that they've accumulated here. Okay. To get rid of these smoldering geists, guys. Not the smoldering skeleton, but since he attacked us first, I'm only too happy to show him the end of my sword. Swords, I should say. I've been having a lot of fun with Fury Warrior. Oh, appearance. Let's get that. It's okay. I just like to collect all the appearances. It's nice to have them, I guess, if I ever choose to use them. Might as well. Pardon me, I yawned. Again, as I said, I'm recording quite early. Well, it's really not that early. Where I am, it is almost 9. But it is, it was a very late night for me, I guess. I used to have a lot of trouble sleeping as a child, actually, and I discovered ASMR and it helped me. It just helps take my mind off of whatever I was doing in the day and put me in the mental state to just go to sleep. I have really bad ADHD and anxiety, so sleep does not come to me easily because my brain is always going at 100 miles an hour, trying to find something to think about, something to worry about, something to stress and obsess over. So ASMR was a huge help to me, and I think some of you, if you're watching this, probably agree, and I hope that I can help provide some sort of respite for those of you who suffer in the same way that I have with sleep deprivation and such. You know, I also used to listen to ASMR. I'd just sit down and study growing up. When I was in college, I found some classes to be very difficult. I have learning disabilities, and so language has never come easy to me. Now, coding is in its own way a language, of course, and so learning to and write code was really, really hard school, actually. I was in computer science class because I wanted to learn how to do coding, because I wanted to get into media and video game creation kind of stuff, which I did eventually go to college for. But, code was very, very hard for me to understand. I already have spelling issues, but code is so specific that if you even make a tiny mistake in the code, the entire thing may not work. Hours and hours of work could be literally completely ruined by one letter being capitalized or in lowercase when it should be capitalized. So I would take notes, and while I did that, I would sit in my bed at home, listen to ASMR while I studied, and my marks in that class and ability to remember the information went up extremely high at that point. They improved exponentially. They went from basically around the 40s to the 90s in a week. So ASMR basically helped me just brush off all the stress that I was feeling about stuff and just focus on the task at hand. I wasn't listening to speaking, I don't think. If I was, it was like unintelligible. Not like how I'm talking now, but kind of like this kind of talking. It is so quiet. I cannot understand what the person is. That was my attempt. I'm sorry if it was bad, but yeah, I think I was listening to unintelligible, which is just very hard to understand and kind of nonsensical ASMR. Because, the idea wasn't to think, it was to just relax. And the other stuff I listened to was like tapping, raindrops hitting the window, the sounds of waves, that kind of thing. Actually, speaking of the sounds of waves, technically, that wasn't my first introduction to ASMR. My first introduction would have been when I was very young. When I went to go stay at my grandparents' house, actually, as a child. This is around the early 2000s, for reference. My grandparents, my grandma in particular, sorry grandma, but she's a horrible snorer, to the point where it's actually scary. You're being woken by it in the night. It is so unbelievably loud. And so when I went to go stay at their house, I would sleep in the basement in the extra bedroom, and sometimes snoring would wake me up. And I already had enough trouble sleeping, but my grandma had a sleeping mask that had like a microphone, or not a microphone, a little speaker built in to both sides of it that had, I think, 6 settings, I want to say. And one of them was the sound of thunderstorms. I think one was the sound of like birds and the wind and everything, just I don't remember what all of them were. I think one was just soft music, and one I think might have been wind chimes. But she would give it to me to help me sleep, and one of them was the sound of ocean waves lapping against the shoreline, and I really liked that as a kid, so I'd listen to it and it would help me sleep. So when I got older, I would have so much trouble sleeping that, necromancer runes need to be destroyed. Okay, I got it. Duh. I would have such trouble sleeping that one day I remember I was laying in bed when I was at my dad's house, and this was around the time about like midway through or closer to the end of high school, I guess, because this was around the time I was in the coding class actually. I was laying in bed. I'd been trying to sleep since about 10 p.m. I went to bed earlier than I normally would in the hopes that maybe then, with the extra hours of laying there, I would find sleep before it's too late. And so I was laying there, and it was almost 4 in the morning, and I still wasn't even tired. I mean, I was exhausted, but my brain was just going and going and going, and I felt like crying because it was just so stressful. This was easily like, I don't know, the 4th or 5th night in a row that I just had barely slept. I was basically, at that point, living on, like, laying down in bed to get rest and not actually sleeping, but my brain was not getting the rest that it needed. And I had been seeing doctors about it. I had been on meds for it, and it was, like, so bad because, you know, I like creepypastas, and I read about, I believe it's called Fatal Insomnia, something, and I think it's real, but, you know, I was worried, like, oh god, what if I have it, what if I die, what if I'm going crazy, just dumb stuff that I really probably didn't need to worry about too much, or maybe I did, I don't know, but I remembered that mask that my grandma used to lend to me. I was like, wonder if I could find something like that. I didn't have. I had my phone, but I, for some reason, looked up YouTube on my Nintendo 3DS at the time, and had the YouTube application on it, and I looked up the sound of waves, and I flipped the DS upside down on the bed so that the screen was facing the pillows so it wouldn't keep me up more, and I put in earbuds. They were not very comfortable earbuds, but I actually stopped thinking about all my stresses and started to just let my mind go blank, and before I knew it, I was actually asleep. So, in a way, ASMR maybe kind of saved my sanity, I guess. This is not medical advice for anyone out there. Don't listen to ASMR because you think you can cure something. Always see a doctor if you have a medical issue, especially if it pertains to sleep. But for me, personally, it did actually help. Anyways, healing or hearing their screams, watching the last life fade from their wretched bodies, it's invigorating, is it not? My guy, you have issues. Good, there is more to be done. But the cult's ranks thinned, and some of their power is stripped. It's time to strike at the source of the corruption. Growth, the decaying. Oh, we heard him scream earlier. Resurrecting black dragons as magma worms in the back of the cave. Go to the summoning chamber and cleanse the remaining bones in the only way that will ensure they will never be toyed with again. With flame, burning the bones will surely gain Rolt's attention. See to it that he destroyed as well. The magic in this vial should see the task done. Alright. Another thing about these dragons, if you have not noticed, guys, the different flights tend to take on, the visage of, um, different races of Azeroth. The red dragons you'll normally find look like blood elves. The green dragons normally look like night elves. The black dragons like to look like humans. And there's the bronze tend to look like high elves. They have the blue eyes glowing. But also gnomes, like Chromie. And the blues also look like humans usually, but also sometimes high elves. There's I believe, short story. I think you can find it on Blizzard's website, about Visage Day or something, where a couple of the more important dragons in the lore choose how they'll look in their mortal forms. And Calicos picks his form, and he explains that he chose to look like a half-elf, which is now better represented in game. This new model, you can actually see that he has short pointed ears. As before, he looked just kind of like a human with blue hair, but chose to be a half-elf because he sees himself as an ambassador between the dragons and the mortals, and so he chose to be part elf, part human in his visage form because he thought that it reflected how he sees himself, which I thought was kind of cool. A sucker for character design. I think that was an interesting choice. And the black dragons, I guess, choose to look like humans because they often, the lore, have been shown to infiltrate human kingdoms and to try to manipulate the affairs of the humans. I guess that means humans are kind of stupid. I don't know, but Onyxia actually manipulated her way into being the Court of Nobles of Stormwind. It ended up almost successfully kind of taking over. She actually kidnapped the king, and tried to kill him, but like every dumbass villain, she left before the deed was done or something. It didn't end up happening. So yeah, now she hangs at the gates of Stormwind. Good job. Nefarian, her twin brother, tried to do the same in Gromar. And the Deathwing himself tried to do. Oh, he's interesting. Do I use this? Hello. Kill him. No, what have you done? So many ancient worms wasted. But magic could do this. Foolish, arrogant. Girl, you will die for interrupting my work. Will I now? See about that. This is not the end. Death only strengthens. Okay, buddy. Keep telling yourself that. But Deathwing actually, when Lordaeron, before it fell, apparently actually tried to manipulate the king to let him, Deathwing Netharian, marry the king's daughter, which just, I don't even know why at that point. What could he really gain from, I don't know, I guess political power. Just, okay. So yeah, apparently Kalia Menethal was almost Deathwing's wife. dragons, I guess you can call them emerald dragons, take on the visage of night elves because they're most connected to the emerald dream, and to the night elves are children of Elune, which are connected to the emerald dream, I guess. So Ysera is often shown to be very close with a lot of the main night elf characters, such as Malfurion and Duranda. The bones of my brood have been spared. This filth you have served well, and this, and as such, you shall be awarded appropriately. Could my reward be a ring instead? That'd be great, guy. Oh well. You can leave now, Night Elf. Go tell Nellis she missed out on a good slaughter. Will do. Triple flips. Ah, no quadruple though. Oh well. Let's see. Our mount has turned golden, guys. It looks like at 8 o'clock server time, it considers it dawn, and the mount will turn golden. So I'm assuming that at 8 o'clock PM server time, it'll probably turn back to silver. These guys will not get off me. They knocked me off the mount, so now I have to walk. Get back on it when they on aggro. I don't really want to fight them all. We're gonna walk. Probably. Oh wait, there's a flight path up here. Let's go find it. Leave me alone. Could use shadow meld. There we go. Nice and easy. Or dragon hold. Like Tyrion or dragon. Probably. Right, we also have that quest down at the bottom of the map that we'll have to go get. I just realized the necklace we were giving was called Worm Slave Collar. I don't know how I feel about that. Right. We'll probably get the achievement, the dragon flights for this. Let us go. Scalagron's rest again. It's a lot bigger lore, I'm pretty sure. I don't even think he's as big as Deathwing is in the raid here. I think that Deathwing in the raid is too big for what he's supposed to be though, so I'm not sure. Because him and Alexstrasza fight in the same expansion and they're like very similar sizes. But Alexstrasza is nowhere near as big as Deathwing was in the raid. So I'm really not sure what the accurate size of everything are, though I guess it is canonical that we apparently fought on Deathwing's back. I don't know. Let's go to the top. What's this? Oh, we can get more quests from there. Okay. I don't know if that's more of a new addition. I don't know if they started adding more, like, boards around the world. Also, these guys here now have green, which means that we've gained rep with the Warm Rest Accord to be considered friendly now, I believe. Let's actually see. We are friendly with the Warm Rest Accord, on our way to being honored, actually. Where is the guide? Let's go up over here. No. Lightmaster. I'd like to go up, guys. I have mail. From who? test your skills in honored combat against other heroes. Azeroth at the Argent Tournament, the champion of its greatest nations, have gathered at the ancient tournament grounds in the northern ice ground to face all challengers. Okay, might go check that out, guys. Here, it's here. Yes, here we go. As I was saying, you see the red dragons choose to look more like blood elves or high elves with red clothing on. I also think that in the current expansion, if you talk to them in their visages and stuff, they often don't have the lines of the race. But don't quote me on that. When you click on them, as you can tell, he was saying blood elf lines, but I think that they have different lines. Could be wrong. Oh yeah, my apologies. Alright, now as Ambassador of the Black Dragonflight. Oh, it's you. I had hoped Senor simply return himself. The task was done. I suppose he's distracted by something or other to kill. He's missing out on a gloriously messy battle. Are you still here? I'm done with you. See, oh yeah, there it is. The dragons, just the black dragons, just don't give a damn about you. I think it's funny. Anyways, like to go down to the bottom of the temple, I guess. Also, the reputation with the War Accord only went up by 13 for that. I guess that they really don't give much of a shit about the black dragons. I don't know. Because it went up a lot more for doing stuff for the red dragons. Like 430 or something. That or Alice just really doesn't like us. I don't really care. We'll venture down to that village. I think it's a Tuskar village. The Tuskar are a returning race, actually, in Dragonflight as well. They are on the Dragon Isles, the Iskara, and there are quests to go along with them. And the whole reputation to grind up as well. They got new models, new voice lines, new lore. It was nice. For the longest time, people thought that. My apologies. That we'd be getting Tuskar as an allied race. I don't know about that, guys, but maybe in the future. I'm not sure. We'll have to walk down there to take the quest. Let's go. Let's just cut through, you know, screw it. I'm not great at staying on paths. Goodness, I think I might need to go get a drink here. I'm just gonna place a check mark, waymark on my map so that we can go towards it. We're already level 26. We're almost level 27 even. It's crazy. Definitely going to have to, character to continue soon, I think. Not super soon, but we're definitely not gonna finish the whole story out. This character without it leveling. Great. But he wants to fight us. These, Tuskar are hostile. I actually don't know if they're infected with something or if they're hostile something. I'm not actually sure. Again, I haven't actually done the quests in this area before, so I don't actually know. I only know about certain things in the area, not through first-hand experience, though. I don't want to attack them, though. I'm afraid I'd make it worse. I'd have to in a moment here, though. They're pushing me. Eventually gonna have to defend myself. Oh, these weird little wolf people. Are these like gnolls of some kind? The gnolls have also returned. Dragonflight. They got updated models and everything, guys. They actually look pretty good now. Like the new models, the textures look really nice. And Augur, I guess, got retroactively updated. Very famous mob there, Augur. First, I think elites that players in the Classic were sent to kill when playing on the Alliance. It was a quest that took a couple of friends to complete, I believe. In the Stormwind Stockades, you fight him again in the dungeon boss. Alright. Here we are. These Tuskar are not hostile to us. A goblin flight master, interesting. Is this the quest? We have a quest for Let Nothing Go to Waste. Yeah, here we go. Look at him, he's so fluffy. Big fluffy mustache. The Warven of always being our natural enemy, but the inclusion our peoples to the great dragon blight has forced them into a small space upon the glade to the north, combined with the lands of evil. This morning, they have become even aggressive than ever before. They have made several on our goods, things that we'll need if we are to survive the trek from our home here. As a sign of good faith and friendship, retrieve our goods from the snowfall glade Wovens. Alright guys, quest line to start. I'm going to end it here. So next time, we will go and retrieve these Tuskar people's goods and gain some reputation with them so that we can be allies and proceed with our story towards learning more about the Dragonflights. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, leave a like or drop a comment below on what other content you'd like to see on the channel.